Hello, everybody. This is Nick with Good Dads Deserve Equal Access to Their Children. Family courts is a joke. Today, we're going to be talking about family courts, how it's corrupt, and we're going to be talking about the do's and the don'ts, and like, what if this happens? What do you do? Type thing. And I just want to lend out a helping hand to everybody who needs it. I was actually inspired to do this video by a wonderful, fantastic woman named Kathleen. And it does happen on the other side of the spectrum. And, you know, concerned mother loves her son more than anything else in this world. And it just sounds like she really did a terrific job with him. And he loves his child more than anything else in this world. And she just grabbed the child and I left and just went off to Nevada and said, "Hey, you know what? You don't need to be a father anymore. Like I'm gonna strip your rights away from you, and I'm just gonna run away." And I guess she's got a bachelor's degree, etc. Um, but that doesn't mean anything in the mix of things. I mean, if she doesn't have a job, she's more than likely going to be living off the state, living off taxpayer dollars, and etc. Um, versus, if he has a job, he could provide better. So automatically, Kathleen, he's already got a huge advantage. But being a dad, you're at a disadvantage because the way the court systems are worked up right now and rigged, and they are rigged to favor the mother over the father. Before court is even started, etc. Like it's really horrible stuff. So um, I just want to say the best advice I could give to you. I mean, if she's already running off with the kid, that's a strike against her right from the get go. She's trying to deny a good father access to his child. She's playing games, and the judge tends to look at things like that and say, well, if she's starting out this way, chances are that you know she's not going to put the best interest of the child first, and the judge primarily looks to see not so much who the breadwinner is, but they do calculate finances, who's going to be better equipped to take care of the child, but they also factor in like who's going to be the most mature, which parent is going to be the good parent to involve um, the other parent in the child's activities and be mature about it, etc. And automatically she's at a disadvantage because she's already looking bad. She's look horribly bad. So tell your son that to keep his chin up. That things are already looking automatically good for him because he can use that to his favor as well. Even though that's just horrible stuff, really horrible stuff that she would do that to him. And it sounds like your son is an amazing father, and just like so many of us that go from being fathers because of a failed marriage or relationship to being visitors to our own children, seeing them every other weekend. And so, Kathleen, I definitely will pray for you and for your son. And I'm just trying to think if there's any other advice that I could give you, like, if she's got a violent background, I definitely do a background check. And it sounds like the courts have pretty much sorted out things. Um, but basically, it's a horrible game, and it is a game. It's like, if whatever dirt, if she has any dirt on her, if she has any drug habits, if she's violent, anything that you can use to discredit the mother, and evidently she's not doing the right things from the get go. She's run off with the child, not even thinking about the child. I understand, she's 3 years old, but still, I mean, the child's used to having daddy there and mommy there, and now all of a sudden, the 3 year old's like, my daddy's gone, and it's got to be absolutely positively heartbreaking for your son, and for that, I'm so sorry, and I've been through it. Believe me, it's heartbreaking stuff. It's the worst. I'm not gonna lie. It's the worst feeling any father could go through, and I'm sorry that your son has to go through that. All right, Kathleen. So, hey, I mean, God, this is really horrible stuff. So, I'm here. It is. Here's the advice. Um, I hope it helps out. But and for everybody else watching this video, hey, grab a pen, piece of paper, write it down. You guys, the whole reason I even started this channel and this page is to help people. I do not want anybody going through what I went through. The lies, the perjury, the wrongful doing, and I'm not sitting here proclaiming I'm a victim. Nobody's a victim in this world. We're survivors. That's what we are. Because if you live being a victim, you're always going to be a victim and you're never going to be happy. And I never want to live that way, ever. And I won't. I refuse to. But this is horrible stuff. It really is horrible. Like I said before, it's the worst. So everybody grab a pen, piece of paper. Let's get down to business. All right. Family court. You're going to family court right before. You want to make sure that you have all your text messages from the significant other. You want to print them out, and you got to label them, especially if you're your own lawyer. You separate it in exhibit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I learned a thing or two because I represent myself as well, and so you want to make sure you have all the bad text messages from your ex printed out. Okay, first thing you do. Number 2, when your ex, emotions are high, anger is high, everything is just extremely hyped up, right? Because your ex has run off with your kid and you're upset, but you can't let that get the best. You always have to put yourself in check, and you always have to be the calmest version of yourself, always. It's like the old saying, anything can and will be held against you in the court of law, and believe me, it will in family court. They'll use anything and everything, especially when you're going lawyer to lawyer, back and forth. It's the ugliest thing that you'll ever see if you've never done it before. So do that. That's the number 1 thing you do. Number 2, does your ex have an ex? Yeah, more than likely. Get a hold of them. Hit them up, talk to them, ask them if they'll testify on your behalf. And if they will, great. That'll look good for you, especially if it was a bad breakup. Then it validates you, because for the father who just broke up with her, it'll validate that, she has a past history of being this way. She ran off, with your son's daughter. And so that's good. And then you want to file something to keep it in your hometown. She should have, basically, she should have, shouldn't have done that. It looks incredibly, horribly bad for her. It really does. It looks really bad, and it looks really good for your son. So go ahead and send him this video. And, keep your chin up, man. I mean, things are looking great for you. I mean, I know it sucks right now, but if you just stay strong and, work through this, all the way until you go to court and you get everything lined up the way you're supposed to, and you keep your composure, you're going to be just fine. Believe me, you're going to be all right, buddy. So the more character witnesses you got, the better. I mean, it's going to look really good for you. So as many friends as you possibly can, call them all up, ask them if they will commit to you and going to your family court hearing in support of you getting custody of your son or your daughters, whatever the case may be, guys. And remember, family court isn't a black and white business. There's gray areas all over the map. So you want to make sure that you look through all the paperwork. You want to grab a highlighter, and you want to grab all the information humanly possible that is being sent to you from the opposing party or the other end, and check for accuracy and check for perjury. Because lawyers get paid to win. Lawyers, liars, coincidence? I think not. And lawyers know straight up. They will tell their client that, hey, behind a closed door, you can lie. You can say this. If you really want to win, you can say that. And so that's why it's so vital, and it's so important for people that are not accustomed to family court, or have never went through family court, that they know what they're getting themselves into. And so even if you have a lawyer, I would insist from your lawyer that you have all the information humanly possible, because who knows your story better than you? And so that way you could go through it and you could check for accuracy and check for perjury and correct anything and everything. Very, very important, guys. So write that down. Check for perjury and accuracy. Grab a highlighter. Do it. It will pay off in the long run. The other thing, custody coordinator. It definitely will work to your favor. If you're an outstanding, great, good father or mother, and you do these things, it will help you out big time. The exes, like I said, that's big time too. Because like I said, I mean, the judges don't look at that. If your story is the same as their other ex, it's going to validate you. Very important. Let's see. Yeah, my ex-wife lied for my ex and said all these things, and it really gets dirty in family court. I'm just telling you. And there's no fact checker or anything like that, and a lot of stuff I'd read after the fact, and I was like, wow. That's why I'm telling you guys straight up what you want to do. Even if you have a lawyer and you're like, oh, I'm paying them big money and they're really going to take care of me, believe me, there's a lot of paperwork, and like I've said, I mean, you know your story and you know what's true, you know what's not. So fact check like a mother. All right, up and down, all around. Make sure you read that. And, if you see any discrepancies, get on it. Like, write a letter to the judge saying, you know what, this isn't true. And definitely call her out. So, you got to defend yourself like you wouldn't believe. Believe me. You're going to have all these allegations coming at you that, like, it's going to be a story that you're reading for the first time, because you have no idea until it lands in your mailbox. And you're like, oh, really? I did that? What? Well, and unless you defend yourself, I mean, that's what the courts are going to believe. Oh, she's telling the truth. Oh my God, he's crazy. Before you go from being the greatest dad in the world, best dad ever, to tucking your child in at night, give him a kiss, to you're a villain, you're a monster, you're this, you're that, you're a horrible guy. So be prepared. All right, last but certainly not least, hey guys, I'm telling you from experience, when it comes to your exes, keep the conversation focused on your child, and that's it. No talking about memory lane, no, she wants custody, and she's not your best friend. And so if she portrays herself to be your best friend, just know that she's not, and she's after your reason for existence. Or that's the way I perceive it. And I know every guy in America perceives it the same way. Our kids are our hearts. They're the reason why we get up every morning. They're the reason our heart beats. We love them more than anything else in this world, and there's nothing we wouldn't do for them. And we're fighting for our children. And this is a dirty game, and family courts is a dirty system. And we all got to go through it until they change it. And they change it for us guys, for equality, and we get equal treatment. But until then, it's just the way it is. I mean, it's 85% chance that a woman's going to get custody, 75% of abusive mothers end up with custody of their children. Family courts is a $50 billion industry that has been profiting off pain and suffering for as long as I can remember. And so there's a lot of things that need to change. That's why I started my page. Good fathers deserve equal access to their children. Family courts is a joke. Because I want to reach out and I want to help each and every one of you in any way I possibly can, so none of you have to go through what I went through. It was the absolute worst. and I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. And I most certainly and definitely want to help each and every one of you guys. So Kathleen, best of luck to your son. And I think he's got this. I mean, the mother just ran off and is denying a wonderful father. And your son is a wonderful father that was there for his daughter, and she's denying him access to his child. That looks horribly bad. So I hope he gets this video, and I hope I have helped you out a little bit. And good luck on your court hearing in February. Best luck to you. So hey everybody, this is Nick with Good Dads Deserve Equal Treatment. Family Court's a joke. So in closing, I just want to say to all you good dads out there, when it comes to your exes, you guys definitely want to keep your cool. Most important thing, keep your cool. Good dads rule! Yeah! We gotta fight for our rights to be daddies! And just remember, guys, your kids would be super proud of you if they knew how hard you were fighting to have them be a part of your lives. I know it's no easy task, believe me. And I want you to know personally, I'm proud of you guys, and keep the fight up, keep going. And, if it gets to be too much, you need a friend to talk to. One of the biggest reasons I created this page is so I could help people. So go ahead and text me in the inbox. If anybody has any questions at all, I'll try to answer it to the best of my knowledge and help you guys as much as I can. Thank you.